All right. Again, welcome to the Mondale's living room. What I'd like to do this evening is tie up a few loose ends. We've talked about the things I'm going to talk about. We've talked about them before, but what I'd like to do is take a snapshot. Okay? A snapshot of. Okay, we'll just go right into it. Snapshot of an underhook. Okay? And don't let me forget, not only with the underhook, but in regards to snapping from an underhook, we have to change direction quickly. Okay? Let me just go here for a second. Say we're on an underhook. Okay? Good hard snap. We'll use this underhook in our snap and spin, snap to a headlock. Okay? We snap. And the best thing we could have is this underhook. Okay? But this is a tight underhook. Okay? And look how his upper arm is right in here. Okay? So let's don't forget, and it's clamped all the way around. His arm is clamped all the way around. When I go like that, it's clamped all the way around. And also, again, look how this is kind of plastered to my body. Okay, this is a deep underhook that we have pretty good control over. And don't let me forget how to loosen up on an underhook if we have it too tight. Okay, if we have it too tight, there's not enough room for us to penetrate. See? Okay. Tight, all the way around, from here, clear down to here. It's tight around his arm, his upper arm. Okay, I'm on an underhook. Okay, say we're neutral, head to head. Okay, and that's what you dig for, are underhooks. I remember back in the day, I'd get done with practice and the inside of my arms, like right in here and right in here, just ached from the whole workout, digging for underhooks. Okay. Okay. Again, underhooks for penetration, underhooks for snap to headlocks. Actually, it's even an underhook for, it could be an underhook for a snap and spin. Okay? What I want you to understand is how tight this is. That's what I want you to understand. It's clamped from about here to here. It's clamped. Okay? And then I'm keeping my upper arm sort of close to my body. See? So I'm just not pulling you down with my arm or with my hand. I'm making this underhook hand part of my body. It's a way of doing it. Okay? And then when I would go to snap, I would kind of be using my whole body. See? If I keep it plastered here. Okay? Taking control of that underhook. Okay? All right. Again, we'll win the tie, we'll get to this underhook, and then we'll wrestle. Okay? But I wanted to emphasize, it's tight. Okay? And sometimes, like I said earlier, you even have to loosen up to make room for my head on this underhook. because I'm going to try to penetrate off an underhook. And again, if I see that, we'll have a discussion about it. Because like I've said before, there's not a man in the country that if we're on that under and we take care of our footwork, okay, not a man that can stop us. Okay, now, about this snapping business again, let's just say I'm on an underhook. But it could really be anything. You guys know that. It could be anything. Behind the arm, neck, bang, bang, bang. Okay? So it's clamped. I'm clamped hard. Okay? And again, I would expect a young wrestler to pull that underhook over our head, bam, high crotch. Or even inside single, like we talked about. It's okay. Just remember that if we can get to a double, that's usually two. The only problem is we don't get there very often. So we'll go inside single. Okay? All right, now, another thing about snapping, it's just another way to snap. Okay, and I think all my snaps really begin with that. My hands are a little bit, say I'm on a collar tie, okay? My hands are a little bit behind where they would be for a regular hand fighting. Okay? So, when we're looking at that, remember, we may have to loosen it. If we have it too tight, then there's no room for us to go anywhere. So we, through loosening it up here a little bit, and through moving our feet, okay, all right, all right. And it's okay if we snap. We don't have to be on the overhook to begin with. We could go ahead and just snap here, okay? But the point is, you start your hands a little bit behind. Okay, this one's on the neck, and say this one's on the upper arm. Okay, so this is the big picture. The hands go a little bit past, so I have some room to snap. Okay, so my hands are a little bit behind, so I have time to create momentum. It starts about 6 inches, maybe 4 inches behind. Bang. Okay, you mesh this with like kicking your legs back, and there's not many people that can stay up. Okay, so we can snap, over one, under the other. Okay, okay, or we could go around. Remember, you push your hands a little bit in past his neck, and his neck with this one, and behind the upper arm with this one. So they go a little bit behind, so that I have room to create momentum to get a good snap in. Okay? So we could be on an under and an over. I guess we could be on two unders. Okay? Okay? So if we're doing just a straight snap, the hands are behind. I snap hard with the hands, okay? And I kick my legs back. Okay? Remember, we can be under. We could snap from here, okay? And wrestle here for a minute, possibly until we can switch over on top. Okay? But remember, if we're straight snapping, we want all of our strength, all of our momentum, and anything that he can give us, like pushing on us or something. See, we could take that. Okay? And we have to be a good snapping team. Okay? So, underhooks. Okay? You take control of the underhook. And you do that by making this area one big muscle. Okay? I'm tight here, I'm tight in here, and I'm tight here. Boom. Okay? When we get a second, we can go ahead and switch over here. Okay? Underhooks. You have to fight for an underhook. And immediately we need to be either snapping and look to spin or jerking it over our head and penetrating. Okay? Remember, the hands start a little bit behind so I can create momentum. So I'm snapping hard with this collar. I'm snapping hard with the collar and kicking back at the same time. And like I said, I don't think there's many people that can stay up. Okay, now what we're talking about here is this underhook. And we moved a little bit into snapping with an underhook. Okay? Again, nobody makes anybody wrestle, so I'm asking you either to tackle them with position or snap them. We'll check their balance. If they got too much forward, I used to say, if his weight is back, we attack. If his weight is down, no wait, we snap him down. What was it? If his weight is back, we attack. If his weight is forward, something. Anyway, underhooks are important. Okay? Underhooks are important. Like if I get it on an underhook here and I pull him to here, geez, I could probably go double here if I wanted to. Boom, double. Okay? So, with the underhooks, we snap. We snap to snap and spin. We snap to start our headlock. Okay? Okay. I wanted us just to think about it and take a snapshot of this underhook business. Okay? And the only thing, obviously, if we're on an underhook, he's on an overhook. So anything trapped arm, you have to watch. He's over top. He could go, he could go anything trapped arm. Any kind of the throws like we talked about. So we're probably going to do more snapping than penetrating. You Phoenix kids, in the neutral, we're going to probably doing more snapping. More snapping because it's tough. Somebody your own age, weight, and caliber, you're going to have a hard time doubling them up. Take them down with a double. Probably not going to happen. All right? Okay, now the next big picture thing I want to look at is that when we do these things, especially snapping, we do it quick. We change directions quickly. If we're wrestling in the neutral and you and I are tied and I feel a little pressure, see, that's when I would think about this. Okay? Underhooks are important. It's the best tie we can get, for one thing. Okay? Remember? Inside bicep tie, boom, go. Underhook, boom, go. And then when we get really good, is all we have to be is inside. See? And now I would just follow my hand right through there. My body will just follow this, and I would keep his arm on the outside the whole time. Okay? And I'd penetrate right here. Okay? So, let's not forget that all the Greco stuff is all you have to learn is one back step, in and out. Okay? So, the change of direction is important because, for one thing, he can feel what you're kind of doing to him. See? So, don't broadcast it. Don't get all fidgety. Okay? So, let's take a little break here.